Y'all, we got a special guest. I know you see her. This is Loren LoRosa, and this is Brown Girl Grinding. We do these sit-downs once a month where we bring you somebody that is legendary, iconic, but somebody that can really speak to the Brown Girl Grinding experience. And I am so honored to be in the home and in the lovely presence of a legend icon, Miss Vivica A. Fox.
My girl, Loren LoRosa.
Brown Girl Grinding. Brown Girl Grinding. This is literally a movie.
Making a way for the ladies out there.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything and everybody. Brown Girl Grinding with Loren LoRosa and get it popping. So there's a lot to get into, but I want to start with the very biggest thing right now, NAACP Image Awards. The Tonisha Wells story is nominated. You were nominated in your director role. Yeah. So talk to us a bit about, the nominations and when you found out about the nominations, kind of what your reaction to that was.
I had my Hollywood moment. I will not lie to you about that. I had been up late the night before watching Coco Gauff at the Australian Open. So when my phone started blowing up at like 7 o'clock, I was like, what? I just went to bed about 3:30, 4 o'clock. Who blowing me up?
Right.
And why? And when I looked at the phone and saw it was Tressa Smallwood from Megamind Media,
yes,
who is our executive producer, she said, we got nominated. And she said, you got nominated. So I was like, wait a minute. She says, no, you got to look. So I woke up out of my sleep and looked and saw not only was First Lady of Black Mafia Family, the Tonisha Welch story, nominated for Outstanding TV Movie, I, Vivica A. Fox, got my first director nomination for Best Director.
So I'd watched the special that Entertainment Tonight did on you.
Yeah.
And I mean, first of all, I think, I know for me, I can't speak for everybody. I can speak for all of y'all, but I can speak for myself when I say I've literally watched your career for as long as I can remember because you've always been on my TV for as long as I could remember. But I don't think that I really ever took it in. I'm like, damn, she's been at work for a very long time.
For 3 decades.
Do you know, well, I'm sure you honestly, do you know, I don't think people understand in this business, it is very hard to, number one, stay working.
Yes.
Stay relevant while working, and big name project after big name project after big, it was like left, right. At this point now you're sitting in the director's seat. Do you have a moment to kind of take it all in?
Never saw this chapter of my career happening. I didn't. Most of the time in Hollywood, when actresses reach a certain age, they put you out to pastures like we can't get it no more. I don't know why they think that, especially when it comes to a black woman, okay?
We throw our people away. That's a real thing.
No, it's show business, to be honest with you, show business. And this is something that I pass along to a lot of young actresses. You have got to learn to go into different chapters of your career. I'm so very blessed that I have a dream team that taught me that at a very, very early age. That once I started greenlighting, like you said, project after project after project, my business partner, Lita Richardson, she said, okay, now it's time to get a producer credit.
Right.
I'm like, girl, you trying to give me another job?
Right.
And she's like, no, I'm trying to get you another check.
Right.
Okay, so there's a difference between the two. And there's more responsibility. With success and being successful and building a career, not a moment.
Right.
A career takes work.
I love that.
Yeah,
building a career, not a moment.
Not a moment.
And so many of us want to do that, but I feel like sometimes it's a bit overwhelming because for us now as talent, as actresses, actors, TV personalities, whatever you do, the basis of our audience is social media. So you're always chasing
a real audience.
And that's what I was going to say. You're always chasing something that honestly isn't as...
Not to be insultive, y'all, because I like my likes too. Don't get that wrong. But you have to know the difference between a like and a career. There's two totally different mediums there. A like is something that people at home ain't sitting around and got nothing to do. A career is when you go to studios, you get financing, you get funding, you get distribution.
Got you. And you said you never saw this chapter of your career happening for you?
No.
Why do you say that?
Well, because the way Hollywood used to be. Once a woman reached 30, 40 years old, after they've kind of ran you being the hot chick or the moment, then they put you out to pasture. You ain't got nothing else to do. Or they tell you can't be fine no more. So they want you to play the mama roles, the grandmama roles, put you in the back. And now with the baby boomers being so amazingly beautiful and taking care of themselves. From Queen Latifah, Angela Bassett, 65 years old, and it's constantly at the
Baby,
Oscars.
that is a
Constantly, Queen Mother. And I get inspired by women like that.
Right.
That you see them go through different chapters of their career, and I've been fortunate enough to learn from them, to grow from them.
Have you ever felt that way yourself? Like as talent, I think we always see you powerful, we always see you sexy, always see you strong.
Yes.
Has Vivica A. Fox ever had a moment where you felt like, I'm not that girl anymore?
Sure.
Because of outside noise?
Girl, come on. I felt the outside noise for years.
But I don't think that I've ever, we couldn't tell. I see you responding to stuff, but you get up and go back to work the next day.
True that. But there was a time where everyone was more concerned about my love life and things on the blogs than my talent. I learned that. That was my mistake. I learned to keep things a little bit more privately. That was because I opened myself up. So what I had to do was accept responsibility for that. I'm a huge accountability person. I take accountability for all my actions. When something happens in my career, in my life, I'm the first one to look in the mirror and go, wow, how and why did that happen?
Right.
And what part did I play? So I had to go and reinvent myself. I had to go to the theater and start playing roles where my character got broken down. In there, I wasn't Miss Fabulous one, all dressed up. My husband cheated on me. I did a play, Cheaper to Keeper, with Brian McKnight. And I went and I did theater for 2 years. And when I say theater, we were on the road doing plays.
Gotcha.
I was reintroducing my brand and myself as an actress to my audience.
In the director's seat, just hearing you talk about that, I'm thinking back to watching the movie, and there's a lot of different women in this movie, but there's also a lot of different phases of life that you watch Tanisha Welch go through. As a director, bringing your own life into it, what advice are you giving the talent that you're working with? Because hearing you say that, I'm like, I could hear the conversation literally that you and that actress had. I don't know her name. I'm sorry.
Michelle Mishner.
Michelle Mishner.
There was also Jess Hilarious.
Yes, Jess Hilarious,
Yes,
and they're the third girlfriend, Daphne. Okay, so that group of girls, they're in so different parts of life. You have, Tanisha, who is like trying to figure it out, and she becomes the it girl of the friend group. Jess Hilarious,
from like 19 to like 30.
Yes, and then Jess Hilarious, who is like the friend that kind of sits back, but then becomes the jealous friend, and then the friend who like continues to hold Tanisha down no matter what. But those are very different levels of life as a woman, like having so much attention, not having it, trying to figure yourself out. What are you telling the black actresses that you're working with from a real life perspective so that they can portray that on film?
Submit to the character. And when I say that, nowadays our girls are so tied to their nails, their lashes, their wigs, and this,
the look.
And when you submit to a character, you embrace every facet of that character. No nails, red lipstick, jacked up hairdo, the wardrobe. You have to submit to that era of how women dressed in that era. Thank God, I thank Tressa that we had a wonderful research department, that every single era, and Tanisha herself made herself available. Girl, we were sending her pictures of the wigs, because black people, y'all be talking about us in the wigs.
They're going to get y'all.
So, thank God, the Vivica Fox hair collection. Shameless plug.
You know what's crazy? I actually, you will not remember this, but one of my first big interviews that got picked up, back then Baller Alert was bigger than Shade Room. I talked to you, came to Philly with your hair brand. Yeah. I talked to you there. I was probably like, it was a long time ago. Was it
at that big convention hall?
Yep.
See, I remember.
Downtown,
yes.
Yep. And I was watching that today. I'm like, look at this full circle moment.
Oh, you got to put that in the flash.
I got you. I got y'all. Y'all gonna see it.
Okay. Exactly. So it kind of geared away a little bit with the whole Kenya situation. I know you're probably so over that, but like, let these women out here know who are being a little bit like crazy. How did you deal with it? You kept it together, but
I tried. I had to remember that I was on camera. I'm going to tell you, it was one of the first times I almost forgot I wasn't on camera. Girl, my neck was about to, but you know what?
You're about to go off.
I was about to set it off. Right as kept. But you know what? We're going to wait for Kate. We're going to look around this beautiful room.
But back to what you were saying. So you guys were sending the wigs, the hair, Vivica A. Fox hair collection.
Yes, to make sure that it matched the era. And I really appreciated that. We had a screening, and there was a young man, and in the conversations afterwards when they were asking people, what did you think? He goes, they got every era right. from the rims to the cars to the nails to the telephones to everything. We really paid a lot of attention to detail.
I love that for you. Now, what is one thing that you feel like, you know, in this director's seat, you are, you said that you didn't really see it for yourself, but you're here. What's the goal in this new seat?
Well, I want to stay an actor's director. That means that I get both sides of the camera.
Okay.
I'm learning about lenses. I'm learning about lighting. I'm learning about continuity. I'm learning everything. It's
Right.
like a new baby for me that I'm kind of growing and watching mature and walk and run and then fly and hopefully maybe fly all the way to the Oscars one day.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because as an actress, I've done a lot. I've been very blessed to work with some of the most amazing talent. I've lived out my dream beyond my wildest expectation as an actress. So this new chapter, like when people come up to me and say, "Oh my God, you're a director," that is just so fly because you're responsible for everything, child. It's
Yeah.
like being pregnant.
It's
okay?
fly, but it's a
lot of
headache.
work.
It's a
But I'm
lot of
telling you,
wine.
from the moment you step on set,
Right.
you hear your name so often that I remember a couple of days like, just stop saying my name. One more time. You know what I mean?
It's like a new mom. It's
Yes,
like
yes.
all they do is call me.
Yes.
Like,
they're dependent upon you.
Yes.
It is your complete vision.
so you talked about like a lot of the roles that you've been able to work in and things that you've been able to do as an actress. I know that there was the clip that happened where you responded to Taraji and her telling her story with Color Purple and the money not being there, whatever the case may be.
We want to know, do you feel like now is the perfect time to have the conversation that Taraji kind of continued over Monique? You know, you're an actress, you've been out there. Is this the perfect time to kind of talk about that in the right platform?
You know, darling, to each his own. Do you know what I mean? I'm very happy, very blessed. And to each his own. I didn't have that experience, so, you know, but to get your piece out is important. I totally understand that. And I love my girls for looking out for each other. But I'm good.
And you said that you didn't have that experience. You've been blessed. What was your experience? Like what?
You heard me say I'm good.
You're good. But what does good mean
Good
for Vivica A. Fox?
For me means listen, every set's not going to be pleasurable. You know what I mean? You're going to get there and there's going to be some surprises. The trailer ain't right or something's not right. You push through.
Right.
Because what's more important to myself is the work and getting the work done. As a producer, you got to make your days. You got 12 hours. 12 hours to make your day. You don't make your day, you're not going to be working that much anymore. So you learn to push through. So when I said I'm good, I'm a worker bee.
Right.
I have a tendency to not complain, that I do the work. I do the work. I complain afterwards. I pick up the phone. If there's a problem, I call my people. That's what they're there for. That's how they're supposed to earn their money.
How long did it take you to find your people that like they understood when you picked up the phone and made that phone call how to handle it? Because it's also a thing too, being, you know, a black woman in your position, even now as a director.
Yeah.
Conversations that are had, how things are handled, that all you said, if you don't make your day, you're not gonna be working as much.
Yes.
What has been the vetting process for you finding your people that know how to hold you down in a way where you can always be good?
Loyalty. That when I call them, they don't think that I'm complaining. They know, oh my God, if she's calling me, something must be wrong.
Right.
They know that I am such a worker bee that 9 times out of 10, you're not going to hear me complaining until the project's over, that when we go out to celebrate that it's over, that I'm like, girl, girl, you know? So they know that if I call them, that something really must be wrong. And I try to call them when I can calm down, because
That's important.
I think that, you know, sometimes I know that when you're a woman and you complain, then bitch is attached to that.
Or you're emotional.
Yeah. Or angry black woman.
Yeah.
Which is even worse.
We all been there.
Yeah.
We all been there. But the noise does happen. When the film first got nominated for the NAACP Image Award, 50 Cent came out and he was very upset at the fact that their BMF show did not get the same nomination because of whatever their relationship is or isn't with the NAACP. I have not seen much about, you know.
But I think it was for Power. Which was it for?
It was for Raising Kanan, I believe, specifically under the Power series. Okay, all right. there we have it. I know that there was a conversation around the submission process. He posted a video and he placed a phone call and he was upset that whoever didn't submit, whatever, however that goes.
And he owes me a call. I know he'll call me this morning, but it's not going to help this year. And you just said it fundamentally. We have to now insist that stars improve their relationship with the NAACP.
No, I don't even need. We don't want them to have a relationship with the NAACP. I want to have a relationship with the NAACP.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I think that I don't know what the fuck is wrong with them. Like at this point, you should know that this is the place that you would have to have.
Right.
How long has Power been the #1 show in African American and Latino homes?
Yeah, 10 years, 11
Yes.
years.
So can you explain what is that process for the regular?
Just so that you know, as a director or as a producer or executive producer of the show, you have to pick the clip that you submit to the NAACP or whatever award show that you may be doing. You have to be selective about that, but as I say, it's about relationships. You know, you can think you have the best show, the best clip, the best whatever, but it's about relationships, because sometimes if you haven't been good to people, they turn a deaf ear. They don't want to be bothered. You know, and I tell that to my actors and actresses. It's a business of relationships. You know, if you burn bridges, you can't go back across them. I just say to everybody before you...
Yeah, go ahead.
To my group of brown girls, your girl Vivica Fox is always here to enlighten and to encourage you. But no, a career is built. It's not a moment. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for embracing every single chapter of my career that I've entered. And I know without y'all, there would be no me. And I thank you, brown girls.
We appreciate you. You feel it. Do you feel the appreciation right now at this point in your career?
I do. I'm trying to make it through this interview without crying. I did pretty good.
It's okay.
So,
it's okay. I feel it. Here, give me a hug. Come on. Come on,
bring it in there.
You guys, we appreciate you so much.
I love you.
So guys, this is Loren LoRosa. This is Brown Girl Grinding. This is exactly what this is about. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure they can go out and vote for you guys for the NAACP.
Yes, they can.
Okay, tell them how to do that.
NAACP imageawards.com. Please go to Outstanding TV Movie. Unfortunately, you can't vote for me. The members got to do that for the whole director's thing. But I believe they're going to pull through. But Outstanding TV Movie. Vote for First Lady of Black Mafia Family, the Tanisha Welch story.
I'm Loren LoRosa. We are out of here, guys.
What you here for? My girl Loren LoRosa.
Brown Girl Grinding. Brown Girl Grinding. This is literally a movie.
Making a way for the ladies out there.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything and everybody. Brown Girl Grinding with Loren LoRosa. And get it poppin'.